I never would have guessed you're actually one of us.
But that build is quite unlike others of your bloodline. How have you acquired such raw strength?
You've seen it often enough. The spell that sends us Bestrels into a wild frenzy. I was one of many test subjects for its effects, granted this power by Lord Baltro himself. I was the only success. The others all lost their minds, became impossible to control.
Hence you needed the blue.
Precisely. You'll find documents proving as much on this ship. Do with them what you will. I'm glad I got to glimpse this dream, however brief it was. A lowly mouse, risen to the ranks of Grand General, even if just for a moment. I wanted to create a new home, new kingdom for my people, free them from their lives resigned to the shadows of Pastorius. And for once, they'd have a place to live. Proud. Not scurrying in fear through our darkest corners.
We all share that thirst for freedom. And had you not resorted to such vile methods, we may well have fought together to quench it.
Let's go find those documents. We can't let this happen ever again.
We've located the documents Elgor spoke of. Records concerning the Pistorius Blue and Baltro's magic.
Once we've destroyed them, all of this will finally be over.
Indeed. Though, one passage stood out as I was surveying the texts. It claimed that the blue not only holds the ability to control the minds of us Bestrels, but that it also bears the power to birth humans anew.
What does that mean?
One of our ancient texts speaks of a similar phenomenon. Make of them beasts, that their every labor be compelled by the crystal before you.
Slow down, Ramona. What's all this mean exactly? That the blue can turn humans into Bestrels?
That's the short of it.
Morard?
I guess it's time to finally come clean. I used to be a human myself. On that fateful day 8 years ago, I was here serving as a soldier in the Zenoiran army. We had marched on the resting ground of the great lions of old. But the battle we were met with was more terrible than I'd ever seen. Zenoira's blatant disregard for the Lion's ancestry provoked the rage of their bloodline. And so my army took the king's daughter hostage, in the hopes of threatening their kind into submission. But I hadn't the stomach for such spineless methods. I abandoned Zenoira, and chose to side with the Lions instead. At the end of that arduous, bloody fight, we had succeeded in rescuing the girl, but I myself had fallen into an enemy trap. The last thing I saw as I lay dying on the ground was the king of the lions, holding a radiant blue stone above my body. When I awoke, I was, well, you can imagine.
It would seem the Pistorius Blue holds far greater power than any of us had ever realized.
I'm living proof of that, yes. But I'm grateful. I wouldn't be standing here without it. And I'd never have met all you kind people.
Oh, Morard.
Ramona, see to it those papers are destroyed. Too many have had their lives distorted by that grim knowledge, human and bestial alike.
Yes. I believe that will be in everyone's best interest.
I appreciate it. More than you could know.
And where do you think you're going?
Unify. To be honest, I'm not sure. As far away as possible.
But why?
I don't belong here. Not like the rest of you.
Because you used to fight for Zenoira?
That's right. I've known all this time, and I lied to you over and over again. I don't deserve to stay. Not after what I've done.
How can you even say that? We might not look the same, but you're family to me, Morard. And don't think for a second that we'd be better off without you.
But
Besides, hearing your story helped me realize something. This sliver of the blue that's set in my pendant. It's a symbol of the Bastorius royal family. Which means it used to belong to the Lion King's daughter, right?
That's...
If the stone can turn a man into a lion, it's not so weird to think it can do the opposite too. So you see, we're really the same when it all comes down to it.
Unify. Are you sure you want me here?
Never been surer. You've been with me every step of the way, and I'm not letting that change anytime soon.
Sounds like I have to stay then. Thank you, Unify. You're the best family a lion could ask for.
There's someone over there.
Poor woman. It would seem she was cut down from behind.
How can this be? Oh, Rhaenys.
You know her?
She was once my lady-in-waiting, yes. Stand back. I think I can heal her wounds.
Lady Scarlet, I thank the Father above for your safety. You've grown much since last we met. Before me stands not the child I remember, but a full-blooded soldier of the Liberation.
This isn't exactly how I imagined our reunion, but I'm glad you're all right, Rhaenys. And still as stunning as ever, I see. What have you been doing these days?
Fighting back. I string my bow for a small resistance movement backed by almost every last of Albion's lords.
The nobility has not bent the knee to Zenoira?
They maintain deference outwardly, all while funding our revolt from behind the curtain of anonymity. As a result, the territories that fall outside the Church's purview are locked in fierce civil war.
And how did you come to be knocked out on the ground here?
I was sent as a messenger to request aid for the resistance. But I was soon discovered by a band of Zenoirans who turned their blades upon me and struck. My wounds ran deep, yet I was able to escape until... well, you know what happened next.
Rhaenys, was it? Zenoira is our enemy as much as they are yours. We will purge them from this holy land and see Albion restored.
As I should have expected, word of your noble actions has long reached our ears, Prince Elaine. Allow me to lend my aptitude to the effort.
It's barely been 10 minutes since you were rapping on the Father's door, begging him to welcome you. You need rest, and you're not fighting anyone until you get it.
Of course, Lady Scarlet.
It's as you expected, sir. The rebels have come ashore.
A twist of fate all too easily seen. 'Tis a strange feeling. crossing swords with my countrymen half a world away from our common home.
I don't envy the duties, sir.
All the same, this is a burden I must bear. I'll spill the blood of any who stand in our way, even that of my own kin.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Waste not a shred of worry on it. We share the same stigma, you and I. Traitors who sold their own nations to Zenoira for the frail promise of one more sunrise. Let us relish that tie which binds us from one turncoat to another. Now then, our quarry is the forgotten heir of Queen Elenia. Ready your blade and seek to plunge it deep into the boy's chest.
Why, Bradley? Why would a man lauded as a holy knight forsake his oath and crawl off into Zenoira's putrid arms?
I'm not the saint you think I am. Merely a butcher with an insatiable thirst for blood and violence. And while the world is at peace, as it was before, people like me can never know true happiness.
Pitiful beast you are.
Yet I must say, this was a fine bout. Perhaps the finest I can remember. And now I leave this world truly sated. Though, if I've one lingering regret, it's doing so before I could see Valmore's dreams realized at last.
How fare your wounds?
Entirely healed, thanks to your magic.
And what of your allies? Still sheltered in the Abbey to the south?
How did you...
We heard from one of the Zenoirans we took captive. It seems they've dispatched a squadron to the Abbey's location.
We have to hurry.
Indeed, and this time, my arrows shall support your march. Let us be off.
That's the Abbey up ahead, yes?
It is. They've offered far beyond their means in treatment and lodging for our wounded soldiers.
And now it's only a matter of time before Zenoira's squadron arrives.
Then we'll just have to prepare the warmest of welcomes for them.